All right, welcome back to Upper Canada Stretchers. We're going to spend a few minutes of our time and your time explaining how we can use our standard floater frames with our new SpringTite stretchers. Take it away, Terry.
Okay, so we have our little sample here. I call this one Rabbit in a Snowstorm. We're going to put a floater frame on that for you today. This is typically how your floater frame will come. If you're going to have the hardware, it's going to be disassembled. I've already pre-assembled some of the eye screws. I left one to show you how simple this is. There will be a pre-drilled hole, and all you have to do is start that screw in there. You can use a small screwdriver or a little dowel or pin or something to turn that, but it can be turned by hand.
How far do you put it in?
And you want to turn it just until the circle touches. I would probably go just one more, about to there. And that's about as tight as you're comfortably going to get by hand anyways, but that's lots.
Now, if you have a large canvas that's several feet across, do you have more than one per side?
Yeah, they're going to be, and you'll be able to see where the holes are laid out. The longer they are, the more holes they'll have. I think around 4 feet we go up to 2 holes, and then longer than that you may find 3 holes. And it's the same attachment system regardless of the depth of floater or the type of floater that we supply. So we're going to start by assembling the floater. So I'll set that aside for a minute. And you're going to assemble your floater upside down. So I'm just going to lay these out in an approximate position. And you'll just start with one corner, and just to show you how simple this can be, that's the dovetail key. Right. You'll see one end is rounded, one end is flat. So we take the end that's rounded, and it easily starts into there. You'll start feeling a little more resistance as you go. Small hammer is all you need. You'll notice I am doing this on, I have this foam here. You can use a towel or something, a bit of a soft surface, just to prevent any marring on the face of the floater. And just keep working your way around.
So glue is not necessary in that joint?
Glue is not necessary. You can add glue. We used to supply glue, but it's really not necessary, but just a thin bead of glue, and I'll show you over in this joint. You could put just a thin bead of glue up here and maybe a little bit on the other side. I'm not a fan of glue myself because if it squeezes out, then you got glue to clean up.
Another advantage of not gluing it is that if you ever have to move it, you can actually take these apart and transport them disassembled, which is a much safer way to move, especially if the frames are large.
And a lot of our frames are much larger than this. Mm-hmm. You will notice as you're putting it together, the last corner will probably be open a bit, and that's fine. That's actually good. That provides a bit of tension as we close, keeps the corners nice and tight. Just a quick little side note. The corner will be fairly sharp. There may even be a little bit of a tiny offset, and the easiest way to take care of that is just to roll a screwdriver or a dowel up and down the corner. That gives the corner a very nice finish, takes the sharpness out of it, and closes the corner right up so there's no gap. Okay, so our floater frame is complete on itself, and now we can add it to our painting. In most cases, you are likely going to want to shim this. This one's a very tight fit, and for demonstration purposes, I'm not worrying about shimming it. I'm just going to center it by eye. And this one's sitting in nice and snug. They don't all sit snug. So just some shims in there evenly on both sides. Folded paper works great to hold it in place while you start the rest of the process. So we're going to show you two different ways that these screws can be put into the aluminum. They always go in nice and easy into wood. A little bit more resistance going into the aluminum, but still quite manageable. If you're going to do it by hand, my preference is to use a little power driver, this big power driver. It's my preference, but if you don't have one, you can do it by hand. You will want to landmark where the screw is going to go. Just put a pencil in right in the center of that hole. Put a little mark there. And we're going to do two with the two by hand with the screwdriver, and then two with the power driver to show you the difference. So I'm marking two of those. We'll pop that off temporarily. And all I want to do, because I want to be able to start the screw, I'm going to take the screw, tap it in a couple times. You'll actually feel that sink in just a little bit.
So that screw is actually penetrating the aluminum in the thin strip.
It is. Yeah, we can show you right there. You can see the start of that hole. Yeah. And that's all you're going to need with these, with the sharp little screws we supply. So I'm going to put that back on there. Take another quick second just to make sure that's centered. And with the screwdriver and a little bit of elbow grease, push down as I turn. I can already feel it biting. And what you want to do when you turn it in, just turn until it's snug and the eye screw is just starting to move a little bit. The eye screw is just starting to bend and stop. And again, just to show you again how easy it is. Same spot. A little pressure down. Okay, so we have two of them installed by hand. Again, my preference is to use a power driver. You don't want to pull the trigger and go full bore on that. Go slow, maintain control. It's a small screw, it won't take much to put it in. So, screw in and just slowly turn. And again, just till it's snug, till it hits that ring. Same thing with the second screw. A little pressure down and push in and it will bite and turn in. And once you see that moving again, stop, you're done. So there, now we have a nicely framed painting.
And if you were wanting to hang this, what would you recommend?
I would recommend that you mount your hanging hardware on the aluminum. You can on the floater frame, but the aluminum is stronger and also offers the advantage of if you hang with a wire or any other kind of hanging hardware, it will draw that tight to the wall so that your painting's not tipped away or leaning from the wall because of hardware that's mounted right on the back. So hang it in here, draw it tight to the wall, and you'll be set to go.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you.